everybody. Thank you so much for joining in and being with us here during these times. We're going to get started with some gentle yoga and a little bit of meditation. This can also be done if you're interested in yin yoga. Both are very, very similar. We're just going to take it nice and easy, do some really good stretching. First things first, I know that most of you are doing this from home, so I know a lot of you might not have access to props that we use while we're in the yoga studio, such as a yoga strap, such as a meditation bolster, but I do encourage you to use the props that you have at home all around you. If you don't have yoga blocks, then feel free to grab a couple blankets, roll them up, give you some cushion there. Grab a couch cushion, a pillow, anything that you can kind of prop yourself up on if you want to take advantage of lifting your seat up and be nice and comfy. If you don't have a strap at home, you can easily grab like a towel, you can grab a t-shirt, something that you can just kind of wrap around the foot or the limbs to help us while we're going through class today. But this is going to be something for you to really just take advantage of and do what your body needs. So I'm just here to give you guidance. Think of me as Simon suggests more so than Simon says. And let's go ahead and get started just by getting connected and loosening up the body. If you would like to grab a cushion to sit on, feel free to do so. If not, just find a nice comfortable seat on the floor. A seat that allows you to have your sit bones rooted. I'm going to choose a cushion here. Feel free to grab any props that you have around you while we get started. I'm going to sit on the edge of my cushion here just so I can elevate my hips a little bit over my knee points. I'm going to lengthen my spine, nice tall spine here. Think about lifting the crown of the head up toward the ceiling and just take a few moments here. Notice the posture. Visualize yourself sitting up against a wall. That's how straight we want our spine to be. See what's going on in the shoulders. Go ahead and relax the shoulders down if we can. Start to connect to our breath. You can close your eyes like I have or have a soft gaze. Just really start to take nice full inhales through the nose and exhales through the nose. Really bringing some awareness onto our breaths, our inhales, our exhales. This might be the first time today we've actually paid attention to our breath. What a beautiful thing, it keeps us alive. So continue this, really just focusing on filling the lungs up all the way as you inhale and releasing all the air out of the lungs on your exhale. You can even bring your hands to your belly to really feel your belly go closer to your spine as you exhale all the air out of the lungs. Do a body scan, see how the body's feeling today. Maybe you slept a little funky, might be stressed with all of this craziness going on, but it's okay, we've got yoga. We've got ourselves to come back to. We're taking this time for ourselves, for our bodies, for our minds. Now that we've taken a few moments to get connected to our breath, let's wake up the neck by taking our head left, taking our head right, just slowly shaking the head no. Seeing where our range of motion in our neck is at today. From here, maybe you'd like to add on by just nodding the head yes. You can look up, you can look down. See what's going on. Check in with the neck. When you're ready, you can add on. I'm going to start making small circles with my nose. Gradually getting bigger. It's all about balance. So if you're here with me making circles, make sure at some point you switch directions. Maybe you notice if it's easier for you to go one direction than the other while you're making your circles. Just really feel what's going on in the neck. All right, let's finish that up and come to a nice neutral seat. Time to give the shoulders some love. So let's just start with some shoulder circles. We're going to start one way. Maybe starting nice and small, and then seeing how big of a circle you can make. Sometimes it can be nice to bend at the elbows, bring the fingertips on top of the shoulders, and make nice big circles with the elbows. Get all the crinkles, the crackles out. Feel what's going on in the shoulder joint. Same thing here, we want to switch directions, make sure we're going both. Keep going just a little bit longer. Opening the chest, waking up the shoulders. All right, let's exhale, release that. We're just gonna do your basic shoulder stretch that we used to do in gym class. So let's start by taking our left arm, bringing it across the chest. We're going to deepen with the opposite arm. You can keep your gaze neutral, just looking ahead, or if you'd like to, and it's okay in your body, you can take your gaze past your shoulder. We're not compromising our posture, so notice I haven't slouched. Still a nice tall spine while we're here. Make sure you're not clenching your jaw or furrowing your brow. It's an easy thing to do. Couple nice deep breaths. Take a big inhale to prepare. As you exhale, we release. And we'll switch sides. So opposite arm, doesn't matter which one you started with. We're gonna take the opposite hand to deepen that stretch by pushing the arm closer in toward the chest. Same option on this side, keep your gaze neutral, looking forward, or you can take your gaze past your shoulder. Oh, hello, sunshine. Few breaths here, nice tall spine, crown of the head lifted up toward the ceiling. We're not compromising our posture. Filling up the lungs all the way with air on our inhale and releasing all the air out of the lungs on our exhale. A few more moments here. Big inhale. Exhale to come out. Let it go. Good stuff. Let's do a couple shoulder shrugs just to release the extra tension that we all carry around, whether we know it or not. So to do so, we're going to have our hands on our thighs starting off. We really want to emphasize crunching up the shoulders here. So we're going to take a big inhale and bring the shoulders up to the earlobes. Big inhale. Exhale, just let it go, side out, drop everything, no control. There we go. We're going to do that a few more times. Inhale, bring up the shoulders, bring them up, 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 up. Exhale, release. Let it go. Let's do it again. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, we're going to hold our breath at the very, very top. So you got it. Inhale, bring them up. Hold your breath. Sip even more air. Let it go. Good stuff right there. Let's do a little bit of side body stretching. So if you're like me and you're up on the meditation cushion, that's fine. You can leave it there. It's just going to be a deeper side body stretch for you with your seat being elevated. If you would like to remove the seat and come to the floor, that's fine as well. It's not going to be as much of a, or as deep of a side body stretch if you decide to do that. Either way, it's going to be some good stretching. So let's start by placing one hand down by our side. We're going to inhale, reach the opposite hand up and over. Find our nice side body stretch here. Take an exhale to bring you back through, and we inhale, go to the opposite side. Exhale, take it through center. Inhale, we stretch. Continue this as slow or as fast as you'd like to, as your body needs today. Each breath leading the body in a movement. So no matter what you're doing, we're always breathing. So good to give the side body some love, some tension. Let's do one more each side, wherever we are. Going with the breath. Good stuff. From here, let's give ourselves a little self-love hug. We deserve it, especially in times like these, since we can't really have much contact with other people. Let's give ourselves some love. So first things first, nice tall spine, crown of the head lifts up. We're gonna open up the chest by taking a big inhale, really spreading the arms. Open up the chest. Exhale, go ahead, bring right arm under left, or left arm under right, whichever you prefer to start off with. From here, we just really want to give ourselves a big old hug. So think about bringing the fingertips really close together behind the back, as close as you can. From here, we're just giving ourselves some love. Nice compression. If you would like to deepen, you can inhale, lift the elbows up to deepen that stretch. If you have the availability and the openness in the body, you can go for eagle arms. This is what we call eagle arms. But it takes a while to get there, so I don't want you to force yourself to do this. I would rather you give yourself a big old hug. Ooh, I got a nice pop there. So we're just gonna hold whichever one you prefer. We're either here or we're here for about 5 nice deep breaths. Up to you if on your inhale you'd like to lift the elbows. Exhale, maybe you drop them. Or you can just decide to hold stillness, focusing on the stretch. Make sure you have a little smile. You're allowed to smile, especially if you're just tuning in at home. No one can see you. Let's take one more big inhale. On our exhale, we open up. Let it go. And now we switch it out. So take a few moments, do whatever you need to do. Self-love hug, round number 2. Big ol' inhale, open up the chest. And as you exhale, switch it out. Right arm under left or left under right, opposite of what you did the first time. Give yourself a big ol' hug, same thing here. Really try to walk the fingertips nice and close together. Maybe we lift the elbows. Maybe we go for the full wrap if you have it. Connect to the breath. About 5 deep breaths here. So we come out, we take a nice big inhale. Exhale. We let it go. Good stuff. All right. So next thing that we're going to do is some seated stretches. We're going to remove a cushion or a pillow if we are decided to lift our seat up. So I'm just gonna bring some weight onto my hand, move this guy out of the way. Thank you for your services. I appreciate you very much. All right. Now that we're on our seat, we're just going to bring the soles of the feet together for Baddha Konasana or butterfly cobbler's pose. It's got a few names, but we're going to bring soles of the feet together, knees out wide. So we're at home. A lot of us probably don't have yoga blocks to take advantage of, and that's completely fine. But if you do have a lot of space underneath the thighs, grab a pillow, grab a blanket, fill that space. Give yourself some support. This is gentle yoga. We want to take it easy on ourselves. This is about giving ourselves some time to care for ourselves. So as you can see, I just kind of put some blankets underneath the thighs to make sure that I had some support here. We want our sit bones to be rooted, so if you've got some extra cushion, you might want to pull it to the side. Sit bones rooted, spine nice and tall, crown of the head lifts up. So I really want to be able to open up my chest here. Majority of the time, we go through our daily lives kind of hunched over, closing up the chest. We're not really expanding or letting the chest open up. So what we're going to do is grab around the ankles, use this leverage to really open up the chest, bring the shoulders back and down. Think about squeezing a pencil between the shoulder blades. You really want the chest to be open here. This is a lot of work in itself, just doing this right here. So we can stay just like this. Our gaze neutral. If you'd like to add a cervical neck stretch, then maybe you take a big inhale. And exhale, bring your chin down to your chest. So this is an option. If you like this, stay right here. We do have an option to deepen the stretch. It is an option, not a requirement. If you would like to try it out, then we're going to interlace fingers behind the head. We're not compromising our posture, so our spine is still nice and tall. The only thing that we're bending is the neck. So we take an inhale, exhale, let the weight of your arms bring your chin down to your chest. Remember, we're not compromising the posture, so my back is still straight. I'm not doing this. Nice tall spine. It's just a nice deep neck stretch. Some people like it, some people don't. If you like it, do it. If not, don't. So we're here, maybe we're here. Just a few moments. We're starting to open up the hips, give the hips some attention. In yoga, we call the hips the junk drawer of the body. It seems we just subconsciously store all the things we don't want to deal with in the hips. So it's nice to give them some love, nice to give them some attention. This is really good if you've got tight hips, if you've got back pain. So there's an option to stay right where you are, or we can go further. If you want to go further, you would prepare by taking a nice big inhale, lift the crown of the head up. As you exhale, maybe you bring your torso forward, chest a little bit closer to the toes. So we're here. We have a couple options. We can keep our spine nice and tall, crown of the head lifted up. Or if there's no pain, no discomfort in your body, take a nice big inhale and maybe you exhale, roll the spine, let the head hang heavy. And this is our expression. Either way, we're connected to the breath. Nice big inhales, nice full exhales. Sometimes I think it's a little bit more beneficial to keep the spine straight. It's so easy for us to round our spine naturally in everyday life that sometimes I think it's a little bit more work. I mean, good for us to keep the spine nice and tall, crown of the head lifted up. But remember, this is your yoga practice, so you get to do what you want. That's the beauty of it, as long as it feels good. So we're here, just hanging on, opening up the hips, giving them some attention. If you'd like to, you can visualize each inhale, sending breath to your hips. All right, to come out wherever you are, even if you're here, we're going to prepare by taking a nice big inhale, engaging our core strength, and even if we're here, on our inhale, we roll ourselves up, straighten the spine, exhale, we let it go. Now what we're gonna do is open up the legs for a little wide-legged forward fold. I'm gonna move the blankets that I got here, giving me some support. We're not trying to do the splits, but we do want our hips to be, or our feet to be wider than hip width apart. So right here is beautiful. I'm gonna flex my feet and have my toes pointed up toward the ceiling. Sit bones rooted, spine nice and tall. We're going through our checklist here, crown of the head lifted up. Those are our 3 things that we always want to check before we do anything else, especially if we're seated. Right now, we can bring hands to the middle of the legs here, and this can be a lot of work in itself, just focusing on the posture. Nice straight spine, crown of the head lifted up. This can be a lot, so if you're feeling a good stretch, just stay right here. You're perfect where you are. This is gentle yoga. We want to feel good. We don't want to force ourselves into anything that doesn't. But if you would like to go further, if you feel like you have that availability and your body's ready for it, we're going to prepare by taking an inhale. As we exhale, we just slowly start to walk the fingertips forward. This is about a good stretch for me today, so I'm going to plant my hands, and we don't want any cranking of the neck, so I'm just going to let my head hang heavy, tuck my chin toward my chest. This is a lovely, lovely stretch. So good for us, really good for the hamstrings, for the hips, for the back, especially if you have sciatica, slip disc, low back pain, which I think we all tend to have sometimes. This is going to be a lovely pose. So we're going to hold this one for a little while. I encourage you to get comfy here and take advantage of whatever you have around the house. If you've got some pillows that you can stack up and rest your head on, anything like that, this is a great time to do so. But we really just want to make sure that you're able to rest the head. Take nice deep breaths. This time on your inhales, visualize breath going all the way to the base of your spine. And on your exhale, visualize that breath coming right back up from the base of the spine, exiting the lungs. This is one of those super, super good juicy stretches that we all know we can do, but kind of neglect or avoid, I should say, and that's okay. I'm here to remind you. So remember, this is your yoga practice. If you ever need to go deeper, if you feel like you have that availability in the body, go for it. If you ever feel like this is too much and I need to back out, then do so. You want to listen to your body, honor it, let it tell you what it needs instead of our minds taking over and trying to tell our bodies what we need all the time. Lower role reversal, it's okay. So wherever you are, even if we're here, to come out, we're going to prepare by taking a nice big inhale, engaging that low core strength. Big inhale. Roll yourself on up as you inhale with control. Exhale, we release at the top. All right, we're going to add on another little side body stretch. This one can be a little bit more intense, so just be kind to yourself. While we're here, we're going to take one palm. We're going to place it on opposite thigh. So the further we can get to the outside edge of that thigh, the deeper this stretch is going to be. So just remember, if you ever want to deepen, you're going to reach more toward the outside edge. If you want to loosen up a bit, then you're going to come more to the top or the inside. This is just going to be another side body stretch. We did something similar earlier when we started. If you want to go for it, go for it. If not, stay where you are or find something that works for you. So I'm going to start by placing hand on opposite thigh. Pick whichever hand you want to start with. It's your practice. From here, I'm going to inhale, reach opposite fingers up and over. I feel good right here, so I'm going to hold. This is a lot. I'm opening up the side body, I'm opening up the chest. We want to pay attention and make sure that our shoulders are pretty stacked. We don't want any of this going on in our side body stretch. Chest is open. Hello, you can see my face. Really, really reaching with the opposite fingertips toward the other side of the room. If I wanted to deepen, I would just reach my hand further toward the outside edge of the thigh. A few more breaths here, we're doing great. Use your core strength and with control, take an inhale. We come back through center, we exhale to release. Now let's switch it out. So opposite hand comes on opposite thigh. We take an inhale, reach hand up, find our side body stretch on this side. Remember, you probably have one side that's going to be different than the other. That's the name of the game, especially in yoga. That's how it goes. So just honor it, acknowledge it, and respect it. From here, remember, I'm not doing this. My chest is open, actively reaching those fingers. I can deepen if I want to, but I'm good right here. Just a few breaths, waking up the side body. To come out, I'm going to take a nice big inhale, engage my core strength. Exhale, we release. I'm going to go ahead and bring both feet together for a little Paschimottanasana. This is a really easy pose to go too far in, so I like to start with the knees bent pretty generously, more than you need. I'll turn so you can see. All right, so most people, they try to get into the pose like this. We're going to be kind to ourselves and start with a nice generous bend in the knee. We want our toes to be pointed up toward the ceiling, so flexed feet here. You guessed it, going through our checklist, sit bones rooted, spine nice and tall, crown of the head lifts up. I like to really make sure that my spine is nice and long before I fold forward. So to do that, I take a big inhale and reach my fingertips up toward the ceiling. This is important here. When you're exhaling and coming forward, you want to try and keep the back straight, lead with your chest, and fold from the hips. So I'm going to inhale, exhale. Notice how I kept my back straight. I led with my chest. Now I'm in my fold. We don't want to do this. That's not good. So Inhale, we reach. Exhale, we're in our fold. I've got some extra room here, so I'm just gonna shimmy my hips back until I find a stretch that works for me, which is about here today. We've all got pretty tight hamstrings, so if your knees wanna bend, that's okay, let them bend here. We have our strap, or if we're at home and we don't have a strap, we can grab a t-shirt, we can grab a towel to wrap around the bottom of the feet. We can be here. We can grab shins, we can grab toes, whatever we have available. And same option, we can stay just like this, spine nice and straight, crown of the head lifted. If there's no pain in the body, you can round the spine and let the head hang heavy on an exhale. This is so good for us, so beneficial for us. So we're gonna hang out here for a little while. Notice what your shoulders are doing. See if just ever so slightly, you can bring them away from the ears. This is a really easy pose to start clenching the jaw and furrowing your brow and saying all the negative things, but we're not gonna do that. We're gonna be kind to ourselves. So notice what you're doing. Give yourself a little smile. Just lift the corners of your mouth. It's a pretty easy thing to do. And I have faith that you can do it. So we're here. All the good stuff. Focusing on our breath. Maybe there's an intention that we want to set with all that we have going on right now. It can be nice to have an intention, something that we want to focus on, something good, something positive. Maybe you create a gratitude list. I'm grateful that the sun's out. It could be worse. It could always be worse. You're doing great. To come on out, we take a big inhale, roll ourselves up with control. Exhale, let it go. All right, we're just gonna do a couple more seated forward folds and then we'll take it on our back. Meditation today is normal. Meditation for this class is normally a yoga nidra meditation that I play off of my Insight Timer app. It's gonna be something a little bit different today considering our circumstances, but I do encourage you, if you do not have it, to download Insight Timer. As far as I know, it is a free meditation app and there's wonderful meditations that would be great to do either before, during, or after this class. So I'm going to turn facing you. So we were just in Paschimottanasana with both legs extended. I'm just gonna go ahead and bring one heel in and leave one leg out. You decide which one you'd like to do first. Guess what? I'm going through my checklist. Sit bones are rooted, spine is nice and tall, crown of the head lifts up. My toes are pointed toward the ceiling. Just to make sure my spine is nice and tall, I'm gonna inhale, reach my fingers, exhale, keep my back straight, lead with my chest, find my fold, grab my strap, grab a towel, grab a shirt, whatever I've got at home that I know I can wrap around if I need to. And just like we did before, same options. Crown of the head can be lifted up, spine can be nice and tall, or maybe you decide to exhale, round your spine, let the head hang heavy. This is a pretty intense one. We're not going to be here too long, but just notice your shoulders. See if you can slightly bring them away from the earlobes. Notice your jaw, notice your brow. This is another really good one for us if we've got tight hips and back pain. And if your knee wants to bend, once again, let your knee bend. When we try to force the leg straight in poses like this, we cause our pelvis to tilt, which honestly just messes up even worse in the long run. So honor your body, it'll get there. The leg will be straight one day if it's not today. All right, preparing to come out, we're gonna take a nice big inhale, roll ourselves up. And we'll let it go. All right, let's switch it out. So opposite heel goes out. Opposite heel comes in. Going through our checklist, sit bones nice and rooted, spine nice and tall, crown of the head lifts up toward the ceiling. I'm going to inhale, reach fingertips up, exhale, we come forward. Find our fold. I'm noticing I'm a lot tighter on this side. It's harder for me to go as deep into a stretch on this side. And that's okay. It's my left side. It's not my dominant side. So I'm just going to honor that and not force myself to go so deep. I have a strap that I can use if I need to. I can reach for the toes, for the foot, for the shin, wherever I'm at today. And remember, spine can be nice and tall, or we can round. A few breaths here, getting connected. Coming back to a gratitude list, an intention for today, even if it's just to get through it. To come out, I take a nice big inhale, engage my core strength, roll it on up. Exhale at the top. All right, we're gonna come to our backs. Make sure you have enough room behind you, wherever you are. If you've got any cushions or pillows laying around, just kind of move them to the side. But take advantage of them too. Get nice and comfy here. We're gonna have our backs on the mat. Let me move this guy out the way. I'm gonna create a nice little cushion by bringing a blanket underneath my head here. From here, both legs extend out long. I'm just going to take a few moments to really get connected, feel my weight being supported by the ground, by the yoga mat. Coming into my body now that I'm no longer seated. Doing another body scan, see what's going on. My neck feels a little bit more open and loose now that we opened it up in the beginning of class. My hips are starting to open up a little bit. So just doing a scan, seeing how the body feels right now while we're not doing anything, but feeling ourselves being supported by the earth. From here, let's give ourselves another version of a hug by bringing both knees into the chest. You can have hands on top of the knees here. We really just want to compress the hip joints and make sure the sacrum is in contact with our mat. So you can have hands on top of the knees. Maybe you want to grab opposite wrist. Maybe you want to grab opposite elbows to really get that nice compression. From here, just kind of rock out the sacrum. You can go side to side, massage it out. It can be really nice if you want to bring both hands on top of the knees, keeping the knees nice and tight together. You can make big circles. This just gets your glutes in there, your hips in there, gives them a nice little massage. If you decide to go for this, make sure you go both directions. It's all about balance. And remember, this is your yoga practice. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. If you prefer to just kind of hug the knees in, rock out the sacrum, that's fine. This is your time. All right, now that we've done that, let's find some stillness and see if we can make ourselves into the tiniest little ball just for a couple breaths. By doing so, we're just going to really hug the knees in, take an inhale, bring the nose up toward the knee. Tiny little ball here. So good for our spines, so good for us. A few breaths. Nice big inhale. As you exhale, we go ahead and lower the head. Waterfall legs. We're going to bring both legs up toward the ceiling. If you're next to a wall, you can also rest your heels up on the wall or legs against the wall. Surprise, surprise, that's what that's called. But this is really beneficial for us. We're getting stagnant blood out of the legs. We're getting fresh new blood into the legs. We rarely really elevate our legs over our hips. And blood can get kind of stagnant there. We want to get some good blood, some fresh blood in there. So we can do some ankle circles, wiggle the toes, say hello to your feet. Hey. Thank them for all that they do for you on a daily basis. Have some gratitude. A few moments here. If you're ever worried about blood clots, varicose veins, anything like that, this is a really really good beneficial pose to do. If you're stuck at a desk all day, if you drive all the time, super, super beneficial pose right here. Something just as simple as elevating the legs. Who would have thought? All right. So now that we've done that, we'll go ahead, re-hug the knees into the chest just one more time. And then we're gonna do a one-legged knee to chest. So keep your right knee hugged in, or whichever you prefer. We're gonna exhale, extend the left leg out long, just like that. So we can either interlace our fingertips on top of the knee to really pull that knee in. We can just have both hands, whatever works best for you. From here, let's just continue to compress the hip joint by bringing the leg back and forth across the torso. Being nice and kind to ourselves here. When you are ready, you want to see if you can avoid your right rib cage completely by really pulling the knee more toward the armpit, more toward the shoulder. From here, it's up to you how deep you want to go. The more you pull the knee into the shoulder or the armpit, the deeper the stretch. You can be right here, you can be here, whatever your body needs today. Remember, this is gentle yoga. We don't want to be doing too much. Taking it easy on ourselves. So stay right here. You can continue with the ankle circles or maybe wiggle the toes. We're setting up for a nice supine twist. So check your surroundings, see what you got going on. I'm going to take a nice big inhale, really pull my knee in to prepare. And then as I exhale, I'm going to take my hand to the outside of my knee and just gently guide it over and across. So notice how my shoulder has not come off the mat. A lot of times when we do poses like this, we tend to do this. We don't want to do that. We want our shoulder blades both to be in contact, and that might mean that I have to compromise the twist a little bit, and that is okay. I'm still getting a nice twist one way or another, but my shoulder blade is still in contact with the mat. So I can stay just like this, keeping my gaze looking at you guys, or you all, I should say, ladies, men, everyone. I can keep my gaze neutral, staring up at the ceiling. Do a body scan, make sure you're not holding tension anywhere that you don't need to. And to come out, we're going to engage our arm strength, engage our core strength. Take a nice big inhale to come on out. We'll extend this leg out long and we'll switch it out. So this time we'll hug the left knee in toward the chest. Same options. We can interlace the fingers or just place them on top of the shin. We're going to compress that left hip joint by just bringing the knee back and forward across the torso. And when you're ready to deepen, same thing, you guessed it, see if you can avoid the rib cage by really pulling that knee more toward the outside of the torso, knee facing the armpit, or being pulled more toward the armpit, more toward the shoulder. Same thing here. You control the depth. You can do some ankle circles, wiggle the toes. See what's going on the left side body. Doing so good. Come back to the gratitude list you may or may not have made. Remember, it's never too late. We're preparing for our supine twist, so I'm going to take a nice big inhale, really pull my knee in to prepare, and gently guide my knee over and across, keeping both shoulders on the mat. I'm going to keep my gaze neutral, looking up toward the wall, or maybe I take it past my left shoulder. Making sure both shoulder blades are in contact with the mat. We're here, just getting connected. So beneficial for us. If you would like to press weight into the bottom leg, so the bottom foot, this one right here, hey, you can always kind of press that heel into the ground to allow yourself to shimmy the hips. That is an option, but it can be kind of confusing, so sometimes I don't like to offer it. But you're at home, so now is the time to really explore and find what works best for you. You don't have to worry about being intimidated by being in a classroom. Okay, let's come out of this. So, using our arm strength, using our ab strength, we take a nice big inhale. Come on back. Re-extend the legs. Ah, good stuff there. We're gonna do some figure four, and then we'll get ready for a quick little meditation. So, for figure four, we're gonna bend at the knees, bring both soles of the feet to the mat. We want to make sure our sacrum is in contact with the floor, so it might be hard to see. We don't want any of this. You see how there's that space right there? We want our sacrum to be nice and flat, so no space. All right, that being said, we're going to start by crossing our right heel over our left knee. So right heel is going to come across the left knee, and we're in our figure four shape. We can stay right here. If you have anything at all, like a little box or dresser footstool that you can maybe put your foot on top of, that's an option. If you have your t-shirt or your towel around to use as a strap, you can do that also. But maybe we're just right here. If we want to go further, what we would do is we would bend the left knee, bring it into our chest, which is going to lift the sole of our foot up. We can place this foot on something if we already feel a nice deep stretch. We can wrap a strap, a towel, a shirt around the bottom of our foot to pull that left knee in. Or we can interlace our fingers either behind or below the knee to really pull this knee in toward the chest. This is a nice juicy one, so remember, you control how deep it goes. This is your practice. We're here for a few moments. And even though I have this nice headrest going on, I still want my spine to be nice and tall, so I have a slight tuck in my chin to make sure, even though I'm laying on the ground, my spine is nice and lengthened. All right? So we're here. Come back to your intention for your practice today, for your intention for the world right now. It's a good time for us to come together, even though we may have to be apart. Take one more nice big inhale. Maybe you decide to deepen by pulling the knee in just a little bit more. And then exhale, we release. We uncross that foot, replant the sole, and let's switch it out. So we'll cross left ankle over right knee this time, coming into our figure four. Remember, one side's probably going to be tighter than the other. That's how it goes. Just honor it, acknowledge it, and move on. So, same thing. We want to eventually lift this right foot, bringing the knee closer to the chest. I can place a block underneath this foot. I can rest it on a footstool or anything around me that I have at home. I can grab a t-shirt or a towel and wrap it around the bottom of my foot to control the depth of the stretch. Or I can interlace my fingers behind or below the knee, and I can pull that knee into the chest. Good stuff. Gaze can stay neutral. You can close your eyes here, slight tuck at the chin, just get connected. See what's going on this side. Say something kind to yourself. You are the real MVP, most valuable player for showing up and doing this for yourself. I thank you so much for being here with me, together yet apart. This is a good one. We only got a few more moments here. Preparing to come out, let's take a nice big inhale. We pull the knee in. Exhale. We let it go. Release sole of the foot, uncross ankle. We're going to windshield wiper the legs a little bit here. So what we're going to do is bring our feet as wide as our yoga mat. Knees are going to fall in together. Okay? We're going to keep this. We're going to take a nice big inhale to set up. Exhale, both knees fall to the right. Keep your feet where they are. Inhale through center. Exhale, both knees fall to the left. Keep your feet where they are. Continue this with your inhales, your exhales guiding you. So, so good. Nice little glute massage, nice little hip massage. Just good stuff all around. A few more moments here. There is an option to let your knees rest on one side. If your knees are hanging out to the right, then you're going to cross right ankle on top of left knee. Option, if you want it, go for it. If not, leave it. And if your knees are hanging out on the left, same thing. You would cross left ankle on top of right knee. So let's give the other side some love. You're going to replant sole of the foot. Inhale, both knees to center. And then from here, last movements that are calling to you before we start any sort of meditation. You can do waterfall legs, because that's always a good one. You can do happy baby by bending the knees out past the armpits, reaching for soles of the feet inside or outside, doesn't matter. We want our sacrum to be on the ground though, so no happy babies like this. If that's the case, then you want to bring the heels more toward the sit bones, so your sacrum is on the ground. So we can be here, we can be here, but one way or another, we're not doing this, okay? All right. If you are in happy baby, maybe you make it a happy baby. Rock one side to the other. You can kick one leg out. If you got this going on right here, maybe you bring soles of the feet together, grab a knife edge of the foot. Try to bring your big toes to your forehead. Whoa. Exhale, let it go. Keep your feet like this. Bring feet down to the mat, little passive hip opener here. Still making sure our sacrum is on the mat, so I'm just going to lift my hips up so I can make sure my sacrum's in contact with the yoga mat. Get nice and comfortable here. Slight tuck with the chin. Few breaths in this passive hip opener. I can have my hands down by my side, palms face up. I can have one hand on my belly, one hand over my heart. Both hands on the belly. Find what works best for you here. We're getting ready for a quick meditation. You can stay just like this. Maybe you decide to extend both feet out long for your final Shavasana. It's also an option to do your meditation seated. Some people prefer meditation laying down. Some people prefer meditation seated. So you can hear me better. I'm going to be seated for this brief meditation. So you find what works for you, a really comfortable position that allows you to just focus on having the body relaxed and being present in the mind. I'm going to come to a seat. I'm going to sit on my meditation cushion, because that's always nice. So if you want to do this seated, you can grab a blanket, grab a pillow, grab anything that you want to, or just sit on the floor. We're essentially just going to do a nice body scan. So I'm going to find a nice comfortable seat. Hopefully you are nice and comfy as well. And just be right where you are right now. Meditation is just taking time for yourself, to be present, to be aware. If you're seated up, if you're sitting up, if you're laying down, just start to feel your body. Just really feel your body being supported by the earth underneath you. Do a body scan. What's going on? What's going on in the body right now? What's standing out? Bring some awareness to your forehead, to your brow. Bring all your attention into relaxing the face, unclenching the jaw, relaxing the tongue, softening the eyes. Let's bring some awareness onto the shoulders, our beautiful shoulders. Bring your focus to your left shoulder. Now to your right shoulder. To your left arm. To your right arm. Bring your awareness to your left hand. Not necessarily moving it, just aware of the entire left hand. Now to your right hand. All your awareness, all your mindfulness going into your right hand. The entire hand. Bring your focus, bring your attention to your fingertips, the left fingertips, your right fingertips, continuing our body scan. Let's bring some awareness into the hip points, our hips. We've given them a little bit of attention today. Let's focus on our left side, our left hip. Just bringing all of our awareness there, noticing what's going on. Now let's bring our awareness to our right hip. Just bring all the focus, all the awareness to that right hip. Left leg, bring all your awareness onto your entire left leg, from the hip bone all the way down to the toes. Now our right leg, the entire right leg, bringing all of your focus, all of your awareness, bringing all of your energy into the right leg, from the hip bone all the way down to the toes. Let that go. Bring your awareness onto your left thigh. Now your left knee. Your left shin. Your left big toe. Second toe. Third toe. Fourth toe. Pinky toe. Leave that, and now we bring our awareness to our right thigh. The entire right thigh. Bring your awareness to your right knee, to your right shin, to your right big toe, your second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and pinky toe. Now bring your awareness to the whole body once again. The entire body. Just one big ball of energy, acknowledging and aware that it is supported right now. Try to bring your focus, your attention, your energy into the left side of your body. The entire left side of the body. Let that go and bring your awareness into the entire right side of the body. The entire right side. Releasing that. Now we split the body into two halves. Bring your awareness into the top half. Now the bottom half. And then once again, bring your awareness into the entire body, feeling the energy spread throughout every body part, coming together as one. You can give yourself a smile by lifting the corners of your mouth wherever you are. Bring some movement into the body by wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes. You take a nice full body stretch by inhaling, reaching the arms up overhead. Exhale, we let everything go. If you're on your backs, you can roll to one side, taking a brief pause in the fetal position. Whenever you're ready, you would place weight into one palm to help press yourself back up into a seat to end today's practice. Lucky you, you're at home, so you can take as much time as you need, maybe even take a little nap, self-care it up. I will bring my hands together at heart center, close my eyes, and take a nice big inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale, let it all go. Thank you so much for tuning in and for sticking with us throughout this process. You are amazing, you are beautiful, and you deserve nothing but goodness that is coming to you. Until next time, I wish you nothing but happiness and health. Namaste, my friend.